Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of First Look Final Word, the podcast where we take you along to see a movie with us. I'm Pete.
I'm Trevor. Thanks for listening, sad dads and fans of sad dads. Today we're talking Hamnet and then two other sad dad movies.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, we did really well with that one, didn't we?
The powerful story of love and loss that inspired the creation of Shakespeare's timeless masterpiece, Hamlet.
So nice upbeat movie for tonight.
Who is Shakespeare?
I don't
think I've heard of him.
We'll have to watch it and find out, I guess.
Yeah. Is this the second one or something? Yeah, so...
He's not the director, right?
For fans returning to the podcast, you'll know that Pete and I are covering every Best Picture nominee from the Oscars.
Yes.
In addition to doing two recaps today, we're also doing a feature episode on Chloé Zhao's Hamnet, which is my one blind spot left from the Best Picture. So
yeah, so it's one that we haven't seen. So eagle-eared listeners, is that something you say, eagle-eared? It's like we're not
eagle-eared. It sounds right, but also sounds wrong.
Eyes of the hawk, ears of the eagle, right? Isn't that Brave Stars thing?
I don't know. I guess
that might just be a weird reference.
I just think of birds of prey having good eyesight.
Yeah, it's ears of the wolf, right? All those who have ears of the wolf, there you go.
What are you quoting?
Do you remember the cartoon Brave Star? Was that popular over here?
Brave Star.
Yeah, he was like a futuristic sheriff cowboy.
And
he had eyes of a hawk, ears of the wolf.
I don't even think I've heard of this before.
Yeah, look that shit up. It's a classic 80s cartoon, man.
Okay, Brave Star.
Brave Star. Speed of the Puma, I think it was. We're going on a tangent.
This looks like it's going to be problematic just from Googling it.
Oh, likely. I mean, it just had an amazing theme song like all those 80s cartoons did. I don't remember anything that actually happened in it.
Yeah, it looks
like... Did he have like a metal arm or something? Was he a cyborg? I forget.
Why are you asking me? I've never even heard of this guy.
I thought you were Googling it. Let's do some live research. Anyway,
I think that we're not that far apart in age, but this is where I think.
Well, some things didn't travel over the pond, and some things did. So sometimes it's hard to know what's going to be remembered when I talk about stuff.
Yeah, it looks like it was a cartoon for one season in 1987.
Yeah. It just died off, but it's stuck in my mind because that was awesome theme song. So look it up if you don't know it.
It also says a 2027 movie in development, which I guarantee is not ever happening.
No, it can't be based off of that, surely. It's just the same name, maybe. Anyway, what I was saying is, if you've got good ears like Brave Star, you'll know that we're not in a car this week. We're doing another home show. The fans demanded it. They love the high energy of us just falling asleep on my couch, so here we are again.
Well, if you're just fans of Paul Mescal, premise of the podcast is we're giving you our immediate reactions to a movie that we just watched.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. So
we're usually in a car.
We're usually in a car on the way there, and then we talk on the way back. That's kind of the gist of the things. But yeah, sometimes
Hamlet's not playing anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. So sometimes we just do a streaming episode from my house. But anyway, it's just as good. Don't worry.
And I feel like, for those who don't know what this movie's about, it's going to be a bit of a sad movie, I think, and it might be better to watch this at home as opposed
Trevor's
to...
intro might have alluded to some of the dark stuff that might happen.
There's going to be a sad... You know what? Do most movies have a sad dad in it? Probably.
Like you said, all three of these ones.
Yeah, they do.
Sad dads.
They really do.
How many Oscar nominees this year have got sad dads in them?
Well, One Battle After Another.
Yeah.
Sinners.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So, right, yeah. Very sad dad, yeah. I just watched F1 last
Sentimental
night.
Value. Yeah. Oh yeah, F1. He's sad about his dad.
Yeah, I guess.
What do you mean? He's like super sad about his dad.
Both of them actually are both sad about their dads. I was thinking of whether Brad Pitt was a sad dad, but he didn't seem to be.
Begonia, he's sad about his mom.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's not quite the same thing.
No, I guess that might be the one that doesn't fit the mold.
But still.
I might have stumbled onto the formula.
Yeah, exactly.
Put a bad dad or a freaky weird alien in your movie and you're going to get nominated.
And both?
Both. Sure. You'll win.
Yeah, so sentimental value, yes. Marty Supreme? A little bit.
Yeah,
Oh, Frankenstein,
yes.
definitely.
Yeah, Frankenstein, definitely.
Okay, so
I haven't
that's
even seen that, and I can tell you that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 10.
8
right
out of
there. Sad dad movies.
That's a year for sad dads, but this might be the saddest dad of them all that we're getting into here. So
I don't know. Train Dreams is pretty sad.
Yeah, that was pretty sad, dad, and that was a pretty focal point of the whole movie as well.
So folks, Pete and I, we're going to quickly do some recaps of Train Dreams and The Secret Agent. If you haven't seen either of those movies, or if being spoiled would bother you, you can just skip ahead. We'll time code this episode.
Where should we start?
I guess we're talking about Train Dreams.
Sure.
You had highly recommended this.
Yes,
this movie.
this is the one I actually put on with my wife a while ago. So I'm not very fresh with my memory of the intricacies of Train Dreams, but yeah, I just remember it being a really breathtaking movie to watch.
Well, I think I would have appreciated a bit of a heads up for this one, because about 20 minutes into this movie,
hit you hard, did it?
I got like a really bad feeling, and so I paused the movie and I went on ChatGPT and I said, without any other spoilers, does this child die? And it says yes.
Yeah, oh well, there you go.
Now doing that with ChatGPT in the past has lied to me.
Yeah, I don't know how much you can trust it for synopsis of new movies.
I don't know if I told this on mic before, but when I was watching The Insider, I asked if anything happened to one of the kids, because it's just something I want to be.
Something you normally do. It's just like
it's just something I want to. It's something I want to be. It's something I want to be. Yeah, I don't have like a macro for it all queued up, but I did that before for The Insider. I'm like, does something happen to the daughter? And It's like, yes, the daughter gets shot
in a hail of bullets.
And then about 45 minutes go into the movie, and like the daughters are just out of the movie because the wife leaves with them.
It's
and
like, when did they just suddenly come back and get shot?
What happened to the daughter getting shot? And it's like, oh, sorry, actually, a gun went off and the bullet went near the child but didn't hit it, and that also didn't happen. So I'm like, what happened here? Oh yes, you're right. Sorry, I made a mistake.
I just made that completely up.
So I was prepared for the child to die, but I was also prepared for ChatGPT to just be hallucinating at me.
Right. Well, it happens pretty early on, though, right?
It does happen early. Well,
I mean, I don't know about early. I just feel like it's one of those movies where not an awful lot really happens. Like, if you try and explain to the plot of this movie to someone, it's like, it's just a guy trying to get by, and he has a tragic event where his wife and his kid dies, and then he sort of never gets over it, and then lives the rest of his life in the woods.
Well, it's sort of just like the saddest version of Forrest Gump or whatever, where like all this history is happening to this guy, like he kind of doesn't care about it.
Yeah, he's not even any good at ping pong.
Passes by him because he just is immersed in sadness. And what's so tragic about this movie is that he doesn't get closure.
No.
In fact, like the fire wipes everything away, so then all he has is his memories of it.
Yeah.
Without his memories, you couldn't prove that these two people even ever existed.
Yeah, and like him just like constantly waiting and hoping that maybe somehow they are all right and they're going to come back, and he just stays there for decades.
Man,
like that tiny little thread of hope. It's brutal.
This movie really got me.
Yeah.
Like it really hit home, and the cinematography in this was so goddamn gorgeous.
It's so good, man. It's pretty stacked this year. I don't know who's going to win cinematography, but it's like...
I'm guessing Sinners is going to win, but...
there's some beautiful movies, though, man.
Like, between this and One Battle After Another, obviously.
Yep. Who else is nominated, actually, for cinematography?
I'm pretty sure we looked this up before, because
every episode
I think during Sentimental Value we just assumed that would have been nominated, but I don't think it was nominated for cinematography, even though that's a gorgeous looking movie too.
Yeah, I think like
maybe F1 isn't nominated for cinematography.
No, I think that got like visual editing, visual effects and editing, I think. But I might be wrong about that. Let's look it up.
Early on in the movie, they had this camera tied to a tree that was falling down, and I'd never seen that before. It was such an incredible shot. There are a few digital insert shots in this that I don't think look good, but like overall, it's just such an incredibly great looking movie. This one is nominated for cinematography,
so this one definitely
right?
is.
It has to be.
This one, Sinners, One Battle After Another, Frankenstein,
Oh yeah, I've been pissed off about
and
that.
Marty Supreme.
Where does the Marty Supreme nom come from? I don't.
Yeah, I
Like
don't know
it's
about
very
that.
competently.
Yeah, but
shot,
but I don't remember. I don't remember feeling like, oh wow, look at that.
Well, we can talk about it, but like the score for Marty Supreme is really what stands out for me.
Like I actually prefer the cinematography in Secret Agent. I thought there was some really great stuff in that. Like I can actually remember some really amazing shots in that looked amazing in Marty Supreme. And it's like I guess they really like close-up shots of people's horrible skin.
Yeah, well,
that's got to be hard to do, I suppose.
That's good makeup work. But yeah, like I think 5 minutes into watching The Secret Agent, I texted you and I said, Pete, you have to watch this. This movie is gorgeous.
Yeah, it really is. But anyway, we're not up to that bit yet. We're still talking about train dreams.
Like, sadness does really just penetrate all through this movie.
And I'm usually the one, which we'll get into, but I'm usually the one that I don't really usually like movies where there's not like a propulsive or like a story, a plot that you're kind of going through. Like I like to follow and have a conclusion and stuff. Whereas I felt like this one, it didn't really have that. It was just like showing you this guy's life. It's like, there's nothing. There's not going to be crazy twists. There's nothing. There's no reveals. There's not really much going on. It's just a pretty regular guy, and this horrible thing happens, and then it's just him going through life and in these different times.
And he sort of is just a passenger in his own life, kind of just waiting for meaning to be like revealed to him. And what I think is so powerful about the ending is that like he kind of realizes that like, oh, there's actually nothing like there's no grander meaning or grander design, but we're all sort of just kind of trucking along, right?
We're all just train dreams.
We gotta find our moment of happiness wherever we can. I really love this movie. I would rate it quite highly among the Best Picture nominees.
I was actually surprised because I wasn't expecting to be blown away as much as I was when I put it on. I was like, this will be fine. It'll just look nice and whatnot. But even just like the little roles that pop up and like characters just come in for like sometimes just a couple of scenes, but like it's just so impactful. It's just
the William H. Macy characters are really big standout. Like
so good.
In a less stacked year, you could see him getting a nom in this one, and ditto for Carrie Condon, who has like a 2-scene performance.
That's what I mean. Just like comes in and you're like, holy shit.
And you're thinking like she's gearing up to be sort of his redemption, but then they just sit with each other and like express sadness to one another. Like, we're both widowers, and
that's
we're both just trying to find meaning.
What I was getting at earlier when I'm like, in other movies that would have been like, oh, and now this is the new person and they're going to find redemption in each other. But this one was like, nah, they're just people and they're moving on, and that's just life. It's like, oh shit, I guess so.
He's like, sometimes I feel like my sadness is going to envelop me, and sometimes I feel like that life happened to another person. Yeah,
and I it's not the kind of movie that I would normally like enjoy, but I really did this one for some reason. It just made me think. It made me think, Trevor.
And this is a Netflix movie too, right?
Yeah.
They don't usually do physical media, but I would be interested in buying a 4K of this movie.
Oh boy.
Because I think
did they do a run at a cinematic? They must have if it got nominated.
Yeah, I think
like a really small run somewhere.
Yeah, maybe a few hundred. I do remember seeing it at the theater.
Oh really?
It was like I think it was late December. Maybe.
Oh right, okay. Yeah.
Quite like around the same time Marty Supreme came out, but I think Netflix just does it.
Yeah, it just quietly does it just so it can actually get nominated, which is kind of lame because I would have enjoyed seeing that on a massive screen. All right, should we move on?
Let's move on. Secret Agent, I think, is also a movie about memory.
Yeah, I think it is.
And I'm about halfway through watching it with my wife. We did it in 2 sessions so far. And
oh, really? You not finished it?
No, I've already watched it.
Oh, you watched it again? I see.
And so she's going through some of these movies like herself.
That's kind of how I watched this one. I didn't have it in me to sit through the whole thing. So I watched and it's kind of in 3 parts, and I kind of did it in 3 sittings.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I didn't like purposely stop it after part 1. I did like 1.5, and then like did another half the next night. Then like did the last half, the last third, like on the last night.
Yeah, it is a bit long. I guess
it's way too long if you ask me.
Really?
I didn't like this one as much.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't as big of a fan of this one. I mean, it looked great. I thought the performances were all great, and it looked amazing, and like the set design and all that stuff I thought was really impressive. But I just found myself so like not really interested in what was going on, and I don't know why. It was just the way it kind of told the story. It kind of just felt like it was just like different vignettes of different kinds of stories with different people, and they never really tied together. And some of them felt just like, for me at least, like they just left a bunch of threads dangling. It's like, oh, this is happening. Look what happened here. It's like, well, why do I care about that? And for me, it didn't like. I was expecting it to like coalesce into something meaningful happening. It just seemed to never do. And I don't know if that was because I split it up. Because when I watched the first one, I was like, I couldn't even really follow what was going on. Like the first third of the movie, I was like, well, what is he even doing? Like, who is he? What's supposed to... And I know that they kind of kept that back, and then they kind of do that reveal when he does the interview. But then like they did that interview where it was like, then I was like, oh, okay, now I think I understand what's going on in this movie. And I was like, it's like an hour and 15 minutes into it already or whatever. And I was like, man, there's a lot happened where I was confused.
I think the scene after that interview scene is... the leg jumping around and
I was like, this is nuts.
attacking the gay people in the park.
Like that I enjoyed. Like, but that's what I mean. I'm like, well, what is this? Like, why is this come out of nowhere? Like, why do you even care about this leg? Like, they set up that leg to be like important for some reason, but it was like, I guess it was just to show that the police were corrupt. But I'm like, they put so much focus on this freaking leg, and then trying to steal the leg, and then get rid of the leg and the leg, and then they're like, and then we're done with the leg. We're just gonna do a funny scene about it attacking gay people, and it's gonna be in the background, people talking about this leg, and I'm like, I feel like I'm missing something. Like, is that like a folk story that like is actually happened back then about this leg? Because like I don't understand why I care about this leg, and you guys have just dropped it now, and they're not going to bring it back up. And I felt like there was lots of little things like that where I'm like, I don't know why are you telling me about this?
Yeah, I think what you're saying makes sense, and what I found interesting about this movie is I think it's from the perspective of the historical researcher.
Yes,
who's looking
I think
back.
you're right. Yeah.
And so I think like she's hearing the snippets from the cassette tapes, and then she's reading the newspaper, which is like saying all this crazy stuff about this hairy leg.
Right.
And then a narrative is constructing in her mind of all the gaps in between.
See, that would have worked for me more, but it's not like it wasn't framed in that way. Like if it started with them,
I think they reveal the frame almost about halfway.
That's what I mean. So like, by that point, I was like, well, what is this now? Like we're in modern day now. I'm like, oh, so they're reading about this. Okay, so what is happening? That's what I mean. I felt like if you edited this down and like rearranged some of the stuff, I think I would have preferred it.
Well, and so did you dislike kind of the hard cut after like the initial gun scene where it just kind of skips and shows that he had died? Right, like it doesn't kind of because I actually quite liked that.
I mean, I didn't love it, but that wasn't like my biggest gripe with the movie. But I could see maybe people have an issue with that because it was a bit like fucking, where it's like you're taking away that photo release. It's like we're not going to show you. It's like we're not going to show you what happened, and then now it's just the end.
Well, because I also like, in addition to her listening back through the tapes and like reading the newspaper, I think this movie is also through the lens of movies from the 70s.
Right.
And so, like, there's, like, Jaws is obviously a huge part of this movie. And, like, the 70s here is so stylized and romanticized. It's like, it's called A Secret Agent, and the guy is, like, not a secret agent at all.
It's like there's no secret agents in it.
But the movie's sort of styled like, he's going to get one up on these people or whatever. And like he has like one clever idea where he's like, I'm going to use the corrupt police to help me escape. But then there's just a hard cut. It shows him in a newspaper dead. It's like this guy was already dead on borrowed time. There's nothing secret agent about him. He's just a tragic figure. And her viewing him through this lens did not really do any service or job.
I just felt like, and maybe it might be on me because I came away from it just being like, I'm not entirely sure what it was trying to tell me or what it was trying to say, and I just felt like a little bit confused by it, and like I don't mind like the like crazy shifts, and like now we're got a hopping leg going around kicking gay people, and now it's all of a sudden going to get super violent and graphic, and like people getting shot in the face and shit, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. And it's like, but now we're done, and it's like, oh, okay, now we're just like doing his historical thing, and it's his son is the same actor, which I didn't really feel like was necessary.
I honestly didn't even notice. Like I think that guy is a comedian.
Really?
Like
because when it first happened, I was like, is that supposed to be him? And like he faked his death, and I'm like, because he doesn't look very much older. It was like 50 years ago.
It's got some gray hair.
And then I was like, oh, he's supposed to be his son. Now I get it. And I'm like, oh, they just use the same actor. I was like, that's kind of unnecessary. It just felt a bit gimmicky to me. Not that it really matters, but it was just kind of like, oh, that's weird.
Well, yeah, like at the end of the day, I think this movie's just saying like the importance of remembering and remembering people who were victims of like brutality and a police state, like kind of quite similar to was it I'm Still Here from last year, but also from Brazil.
Yes, I thought that too. There's similarities there, and
you like that. You like that.
Oh,
movie
I love that movie. Yeah.
I like this one.
And I didn't
better,
hate this. I didn't hate this one. I just I just felt like it didn't really work for me.
Yeah, because there was a moment in the epilogue where the researcher, she's talking to his son, and the guy is like, you know, I don't really think about my father.
Yeah,
like
the
guy who's my grandpa, I sort of think about my dad, and like you can see like he kind of has a bit of shame for that. Like my dad was murdered, like trying to get us out of the country, but like it's not something that's top of mind for me, and like he sort of has to. He's given the USB drive, and he's like, you don't know if he's ever actually going to listen to what's on there.
Yeah. Well, especially with like, even like with his wife, like they kind of allude to something happening to his wife, and then she doesn't show up in the movie until a flashback, like an hour and a half in,
and you still don't know what actually happened to her. And they still don't explain what
happened. You just kind of, and that's fine.
That's because the historical researcher doesn't have that information.
I guess so. See, now you've kind of turned me around onto that idea. I wish they'd just presented it in that way. But I mean, I guess that was might be a bit too much like spoon feeding, like figure it out.
I've seen one other movie by the same director.
Oh, okay.
It's Baccarat, I think is what it's called.
Okay,
it came out a few years ago. It's like a surrealist movie where people are being like hunted by Americans in Brazil.
Oh, really?
It's pretty good, but it refuses to provide the audience any kind of information whatsoever. So it's like it is a challenging view, and I guess it's just a personal.
Yeah, and I get that. That's a choice,
but this one's very fun. I still think.
Oh yeah, I mean, I had fun watching it. I enjoyed it, and it looked great, and I thought the performances were actually all amazing. There's scenes in this movie that I just love so much, but yeah, just like it didn't stitch together very well for me.
Well, I especially love the opening scene, and just him driving that gorgeous looking car.
Those VW bugs are so amazing.
And there's just a dead body there, like with like all you see is his legs,
right?
And the cops don't even fucking care about the dead body. They're just trying to get a bribe. You think maybe they're going to try to plant drugs on this car, but the guy plays it smart and like he's watching them the whole time. Yeah. And then he fucking just bribes them with 2 cigarettes. It's so funny.
It is crazy. Yeah, and it was really good. It was really interesting sort of view into that time period in that region as well, which I appreciate because I'm pretty dense on North American history, South American history, I guess.
I think it speaks to this current moment as well, and that like
true.
Terrible governments can be both like evil and silly
and stupid
and those things can happen at the same time.
Yeah, like there's stuff that happened where I'm just like I don't really know why we're doing this. Like when the police chief takes him over to see that freaking, is it a barber, or the Jewish barber, and like they make him take his shirt off and show him all the wounds from the war, and I'm just like, I feel like he's trying to say something here, but I don't really follow it, and then it's just like, no, we'll just move on.
Well, yeah, I don't know what he'd be trying to say aside from that guy is like so completely fucking dense that he doesn't realize that this guy is both like he's not a Nazi, which he thinks he is,
Right.
and he admires him because he thinks he's a Nazi. He's actually a Jewish guy.
Yeah.
But he also does not have the awareness to tell that this guy fucking hates his guts and doesn't want to be near him at all.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think they just like he spent a lot of time very specifically trying to show you or tell you a certain thing about certain characters, and I'm like, okay, we get it. And then I felt like the amount of work that you put in to like show that character is dense or whatever, or he's a prick. I'm like, I kind of got that from the first scene. You don't have to keep laying it on so thick, and then it's like, what was the reason? Like, I don't really care about that character anymore. So I don't know, stuff like that just didn't work for me. But as I said, it was a good movie. Can't deny it. Can't deny his nomination, but I don't know. Wasn't.
Well,
my,
yeah, the
wasn't my
Oscars are
kind.
definitely getting more international because this is not
Right?
the sort of thing that would get nominated back in the day.
No. And like you said, they have a Brazilian movie last year. Maybe it's something, a new thing they're trying to do.
Brazil sauce.
Brazil sauce. There you go. Nice. Oh boy.
So what do we think, Pete? Should we fire up
Yeah,
Hamnet?
best get to it. Should I get the tissues out just in case you want to have a bit of a cry?
Sure.
I'll turn the lights down.
Okay, well, everyone, wish us luck.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. We're going to watch Hamnet and then we'll tell you all about it. Welcome back, everyone. We've just finished watching Hamnet. I'm just drying a few tears, swallowing a few lumps.
Did it get you?
Yeah, right. It did.
Yeah.
Did it not get you?
It was like I was pretty much on the verge for most of the movie. I don't think the dam broke.
Oh no,
for me.
Yeah,
well,
like,
because
I don't think the tears came,
I was
but-
very prepared for it.
Well, I was very prepared for it as well, and that's why I was surprised that it hit so hard. I think that's just a testament of how well it was made. It's just like I was like, yeah, I know what's going to happen. It'll be fine. And I was just like,
Yeah,
I was like destroyed by it.
I was closest during the final act, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, like
'cause
I was expecting that. I was like, okay, we've got the sad bit out of the way now. Let's just wrap the movie up and it'll be okay. And
Yeah.
it just like piled it on even more.
Well, so we know that you thought it was very sad. How did you find the movie as a whole?
I really liked it. I thought it was really good. Yeah, way better than I was actually anticipating, even though, which is a stupid thing to say because I've read nothing but plaudits about it and it's nominated for a bunch of Oscars, so doy, obviously you're going to like it, but I just figured it wouldn't be something that I would like love that much. But no, I just thought it was excellent. I thought everything about it was pretty much bang on. Like the performances, the direction, the music, it was just all so well done.
And I think I'll come in like a little hotter than you, but I still like agreeing with everything you're saying.
Yeah.
I think like I'm just I didn't wholeheartedly love it.
Oh yeah?
Well,
It's usually not the way. I'm usually the downer.
you think so?
I think, yeah, usually.
Well, yeah, I just like the last act I think really brought me back up.
Oh,
on it.
really?
I think like the middle period is just like it just wallows too much.
Yeah, there is.
And
a
it, like
bit
it's
of
just
that, yeah.
there is some like really hard to watch graphic stuff.
Yeah, there was a
maybe
bit.
graphic isn't the
No, but
best term for it, but it's like
it's definitely
it doesn't shy away
no,
from
that's the good way to
the
say it.
death.
Yeah, it definitely puts it out there, and it's very like hard to watch, really.
Yeah, like I do appreciate the fact that this movie is like very much in like the Shakespearean tragedy
Exactly,
tradition
yeah,
of like
yeah.
let's make the audience feel as sad as we possibly can. Like let's
Yeah,
go for
yeah.
as tragic as a tragedy as possible. So
Pretty
I
much,
do
right.
I do appreciate that. I think I'm also like thinking about it from someone who is not like super familiar with the play Hamlet. I feel like this would be.
I'm not at all, actually. Like, I don't think I've never like read it or seen it or anything.
Really?
Not all the way
You
through.
know what happens.
I know what happens, but like I'm not like so familiar with it that I
Well,
know all the scenes and lines and stuff.
And to be honest, I'm a little perplexed at why the movie is being guarded with the fact that this is William Shakespeare and Anne Hathaway. Like,
Are they being guarded about that? Because the movie seemed like it was, but I assumed that it was like common knowledge and like the synopsis.
But that's what I
says that it's William Shakespeare, but they don't call him that until like
well,
the end of the movie,
but
basically.
the only like actual clue before then is when the movie starts, it says Hamnet and Hamlet are the same name.
I guess if you just go into this cold, but like as soon as he starts writing Romeo and Juliet, like 20 minutes into the movie, I'm like, oh, that's William Shakespeare.
But is someone automatically going to know that? But like,
how could you not like?
But that's what like. It just feels strange that like even the subtitles call him husband,
and
call her Agnes. Yeah, they don't actually call her Anne during the movie, and they don't call him. They don't say William Shakespeare until
the end, basically.
An hour 45 into the movie.
Yeah, it was an interesting choice.
I just don't know why they did that.
No, I don't really know why they did that either.
Because it's not like like you said, it's not like it's a surprise. Like it's not.
And it's not like, because if you're gonna do that, I feel like just make it so that it's like, oh, this is a Shakespeare type character. But that's not the point of the movie. The point is this definitely William Shakespeare, and this definitely happened to him, or not definitely, but this is like what happened to him, and supposedly, and it's basically a retelling of that. So it's kind of, I think it's one of those things where it's like they kind of want to have their cake and eat it, where it's like, we don't just want to be like telling a biopic of Shakespeare, so we're going to change a few names and make it seem like maybe it's not Shakespeare, but really it's just that's what it is.
Yeah, it feels like there's obviously some intentionality behind there. I just don't understand what it is.
Maybe it's like one of those where it's like we want to take a bit more license with like changing shit just to fit what we want to make, and it's not necessarily like following what is the historians are going to kick off about. So we'll just say it's like, well, it's kind of like that. It's like a retelling of that.
Well, and the movie also is making the argument like there's a 1-to-1 between his son Hamnet and the character Hamlet, and like the reason why he did the play Hamlet, and like I have trouble seeing the exact 1-to-1 there, because there's a lot of other shit going on in the play Hamlet.
Yeah, it is interesting, like, especially at the end. I think I was a bit like that, but I thought they did a pretty good job of showing that, where it's like, especially those scenes where he was like, he was playing like the ghost of the dead king, and he was like explaining how he died.
We're just jumping into spoil. But like it's tough, right? Because like I think everyone knows the concept of this movie going in.
Yeah. It's hard, like, that's the thing. I wasn't even thinking about spoilers, because I feel like there is no spoilers.
Let's say spoilers now. I'm sorry.
Sorry for spoiling.
Pete,
that he plays the king at the end. Like, what's that spoiling? Really, not much.
Yeah. But like, the movie's largely about, it's a revenge tale, and about how like revenge is never gonna satisfy you.
Is it a revenge tale? Like,
yes.
Oh, you mean Hamlet?
Hamlet, yeah.
No, you meant this movie. I was like, Hamlet's
a revenge tale, and then like the queen marries the king's brother, the usurper.
Right.
And like, is that supposed to be Agnes? Like, I don't think so. And like,
I think it's like maybe 1 or 2 elements he pulled from his life, but like that's just like.
So I think like he wrote some stuff about his son into a play he was already writing, which I already think is a beautiful enough sentiment.
That's exactly what it is.
I'm going to give myself closure through this,
right?
Which like that stuff in the movie really hit me the hardest. Of like, I'm gonna die instead of my son, but then like my son still has to die, and then we'll join each other. But then this can actually like close this chapter. I can be with my son when he dies.
Yeah, I guess.
Man, this movie's so sad.
It's very sad, and like that's why I feel like why I was so impressed by it, because it's easy to make. Well, I say it's easy, but I feel like it's easy to make a maudlin, sad. Oh, my kid's dead. Isn't everything so sad? And I feel like that's been done to death, and it's not that hard to pull at the heartstrings. But I feel like this movie just did a great job of just portraying the actual, just like proper grief of it.
Yeah.
Not just isn't it sad that a kid's dead? Can you imagine that? Isn't that sad? That's how most people do, right? Well, this one, it was like, look how sad these people are. Like, they're showing you how much they're going through this grief, and like,
yeah. Well,
that's what really hit me. It was like, it wasn't just sad because I could picture myself going through that situation. I was sad because like they were showing me how hard it was to go through that.
Yeah, and like lots of credit to Chloé Zhao, the director, for like
I thought it was so well directed,
restrained.
Yeah, that's
and
what
like,
I mean. It's like it was so well done.
The camera movements are like pretty minimal at times.
But
and
like so purposeful, I thought.
Yeah.
It was like, you noticed him and like the framing and stuff. I just thought it was excellent.
Like, I loved all the sets. I thought they were very authentic. Like, what the fuck do I know? But it honestly, it felt real.
Yeah.
Like, there was only like one or two costumes that kind of bugged me that seemed like too clean or whatever, like off the rack or whatever. But the rest of it like looked really good. The lighting was incredible.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like there was every part of it was just like so well done. There was nothing where you could be like, it could have been better that, but it's like no, like it's like all came together to like just do like 10 out of 10 like rating on every small part. It's just...
Well, and like lots of credit going to I think Jessie Buckley in particular, and like
she was so good.
And Paul Mescal was kind of like not even a lead of the
not
movie
really,
until
right?
the end, but
it's
like
more her movie to be sure.
His performance as like the ghost was so fucking sad. Like I was already on team Paul Mescal and obviously team Jessie Buckley. Like they're both incredible.
Yeah, like when
Irish actors.
When it first started, I was a bit like, I'm not really sure what he's going for with this performance because he was like. That very first scene where it just shows him me, and I was like,
I did not
why
like
are they
that.
both being so weird?
I did not like that opening scene at all.
Yeah, that might be the only one thing where
I said to you that like, I think that they are already married and they already know each other. This is a game they're playing.
It was a very weird way that they met, but I kind of...
It's like, I'm going to kiss you and you're going to tell me.
But I kind of appreciate that because the more it went on, the more it kind of showed that he doesn't really know how to be normal.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And it was like he found this woman that's like... just matching his fucking freak, I guess. So I was like, what is he doing? That is not how you like flirt. No. He's just like being properly weird.
Yeah, he's just a guy he is overwhelmed by the impulse to like be creative and he doesn't have a proper outlet for it in that first half of the movie. So it erupts in some very horny energy.
Yeah, but I think that's what I like because it was so weird and awkward that first scene, but then he literally says like, I'm not very good at talking to people, that's why I tell stories. So he says, tell me a story. And then he goes into that Orpheus and Eurydice story, and that was so fucking good. I was like, oh, this is it. Like, this is why he is who he is, because he can tell stories.
Yeah, this movie arguing that William Shakespeare is a genius is making a pretty good argument.
Yeah, exactly. But I always think in my mind, like, the way he writes like those plays and stuff, is that just how people talked?
I don't think so, no.
Because like... how did people like that's the thing at the end, it was showing all the people watching it and they all just look like common like folk. Yeah. And wouldn't they all just be like, what the fuck's going on? Like I can't follow this.
Well, yeah, I think the kind of magic of what he did was that he wrote stuff that appealed to both highbrow and lowbrow people.
True. That's true.
So I don't know. All the power to him. I think Will Shakespeare's pretty good.
I think he's going to do well for himself, Trevor.
You know what? A lot of people are saying he's on the up and up.
Yeah, I can see it. I hope he sticks at it.
I don't think this movie is arguing, because like it already says how successful and stuff he is.
Yeah,
he's probably wrote already like 15 plays before Hamlet. Like it's not saying that this is like unlocked a genius in him. I
thought it was very interesting the way they really didn't even get into that very much. It was like he's buggered off to London, and then it didn't focus on him at all. And like it was kind of just second hand. He's like, oh, he's doing really well, and he's bought a huge house.
Yeah, like right before
Hamlet's death,
they're like, yeah, we're going to move into this huge house in Stratford. So
it's like, I'm doing really well with this stuff in London that I'm doing, and it's like, but it didn't show you any of that. I didn't care about showing it because that's been done before, right? So this was more.
I do appreciate that. Like,
yeah, so do I. It's like we don't need to see that story.
Well, I was in the first act. I was getting a little scared when he's like writing Romeo and Juliet on there. That it's doing like the music biopic thing where it's like because like and when in the first like 10 minutes or whatever, she says undiscovered country. I'm for fuck's sake. So are they just going to like litter this movie with like great Shakespeare quotes? Because honestly, there's like thousands of them. Like we could be here all day. I don't need to see Bob Dylan writing like a Rolling Stone. But
shots fired.
Like it was really restrained though. Like it was really restrained, and it was more her story, which I think the movie was all the better for.
No, it definitely did frame it from her perspective for sure. And I think that's why it's like he flitted in and out of the movie, because he flitted in and out of her life like later on. Yeah.
Did you ever see Shakespeare in Love?
I never did watch that, no.
Because basically it's him having an affair for the whole movie.
They didn't go into that in this one.
No. Yeah, they showed him like living in like a pretty nice
It was squalor, Trevor. It was
yeah,
squalor.
like a pretty nice like attic apartment or whatever.
One bedroom condo.
Why is he living in this shit?
He's got the biggest sausage strap, dude.
It did feel a little tiny town sometimes when he's going around London. I'm like, I don't think the camera could pan that much further over here. But all the power to them to, like, the sets were all real, all real people there.
Yeah, there was no, like, sweeping establishing shots of London town or anything.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't think it needed it, really. No, I mean, I think I might just be buzzing a bit off it because I wasn't expecting to like it as much.
I was definitely...
But it definitely won me over.
I knew that it was going to be good. I just didn't think I would, like, be able to tolerate watching it.
That's fair. That's a very fair fear.
But I would say if people are listening and haven't watched it, I would say it's not as miserable of a watch as you would think. Like, I think, especially by the end, you're kind of feeling better.
Yeah, it's very. I would say it's very emotional. Like, it's definitely emotional, but it's not, like, as soul-crushing as you might fear, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So, which did you like better, this or The Eternals? What's the...
What, the what?
Chloé Zhao, she directed The Eternals.
I was like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, I'd forgotten all about that. I never actually... Oh, I did watch that.
Of course you watched The Eternals. You're a Marvel guy.
Yeah. No, I don't mind The Eternals. I'm going to be honest.
No, it's fine.
It's not a bad movie. It gets harshly shit on, like really harshly.
She was just the weirdest choice to do for that.
Yeah, it was a weird choice, but I don't think anybody could have made that.
Yeah, like
a popular.
She is obviously a very good director. Oh, yeah, I think this is only her fourth movie or whatever.
Oh, really?
Like, each one is pretty good in my opinion, and obviously this one is just an absolute technical marvel.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have it in my top 10 for the year. Like,
no.
For listeners, I think Pete and I were going to finish off Project Oscar next week, right?
Yeah, and then before the Oscars,
are we going to have our top 10 of the year rankings to go for that?
Could do, yeah.
Because we'll have everything watched by then, right?
Let's make a bumper episode.
A bumper episode? Like
a long one.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Like a big bumper episode.
I think it meant like another episode on top of that.
We could do that as well, even.
Sure, whatever.
Stay tuned, guys. Maybe
I think last year we just did a super long episode.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
That's easier to schedule.
Yeah.
Pulling back the curtain on Trevor and I trying to figure out what we're doing next week.
But as a knee-jerk reaction, out of 6.5, which is what we rate things on this podcast, where would you put this?
At 6.5.
My question for you is, did you like this more than Train Dreams?
Oh, that's a great question.
Because
that's tough. That's tough. I've got recency bias here.
I think that they are dealing with similar themes in incredibly different ways.
Yeah,
though.
That's what I mean. They're both so good, but both kind of different.
Yeah, like Train Dreams is more about memory, whereas Hamnet is more about like, expressing grief through art.
Sitting in the grief and like, yeah. That's a tough one, man.
I like Train Dreams by like a mile more, I think. Maybe that's why I'm feeling a little guarded about it. Like, maybe. There's like one Dead Kid Sad movie that I'm going to go to bat for this year, and it's Train Dreams.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like I say, it might be recency bias because it's been a couple of weeks or more since I watched Train Dreams, so I think I prefer this, but it might just be because this is so fresh. Yeah, that's a really tough one, man. Picking between the two of those.
A pretty unfair comparison I'm forcing you to make here.
Well, no, but I mean, they would both rate very similar, like very closely for me and very high. So I mean, it'd be like nitpicking to pick one over the other. Like it's not like I could immediately say one's better than the other. I feel like they're both very good.
I think definitively the performances in this movie are better. But
yeah, but I mean, there's some great performances.
Joel Edgerton is really quite great too. Yeah. He's doing an American accent too very well.
He is. He does a pretty good job.
Although, neither Paul Mescal or Jessie Buckley are English, and did they do a good job?
Yeah, I mean, that's
because
I can't even find words.
They are both Irish, right? I'm not crazy. I know Paul Mescal is for sure.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Jessie Buckley is.
Is she not English?
She is Irish.
There you go. Nicely done, Trevor.
And yeah, also, did you ever see Wild Rose?
I haven't
one
seen
where
that, no.
She's like
I don't think I was trying to think. I don't think I've seen her in anything before.
Do you see I'm Thinking of Ending Things?
No.
Oh, you gotta see it.
Oh,
That's
yeah?
so good. That's the Charlie Kaufman
Oh, right.
movie
Okay. I know.
from 2020.
Oh, really?
I think
Okay.
it came out right during the pandemic, and it's super weird.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
Sold.
in Wild Rose, she is like a Scottish convict who wants to be a country singer.
Okay.
And she's really good at that in that too.
Well,
and then
there
yeah,
you go.
she's in Women Talking.
Right. I'm not seeing that either.
Oh, I thought we watched that last year. Was that the year before?
I don't remember seeing that unless I've forgotten
That's
all about it.
Maybe that's 2 years ago. But yeah, that's the Sarah Polley one with the Mennonites, the Mennonite women. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen it.
Okay. Well, it's called Women Talking.
I think I
so
remember.
that probably turned you off.
I think
from
I
watching
remember it coming out. Yeah, I was like, I'll get enough of that.
Oh my god.
Oh, there you go. Just alienated half of the audience. That's fine.
Yeah, that's great.
Love to get a guest on now.
But no, I like her a lot. Then yeah, Paul Mescal's been one of my favorites since After Sun.
What have you seen him in? Because I think I've only saw him in Gladiator.
Gladiator 2,
Yeah.
and that so I've seen him in After Sun, Gladiator 2, All of Us Strangers,
Okay.
and then now there might be a couple other ones. I'd have to look it up, but yeah, and he's playing one of the Beatles in those upcoming.
Oh, is he? Yes,
I
you're
think
right.
he's Paul, right?
I don't know. Can't remember.
He'd have to be. He doesn't look remotely.
I still
like,
can't believe that stuff's. They're actually doing that.
they're doing and aren't they doing it at this? They're doing 4
I think
in theaters
so.
at the same time.
Yeah, and then they're doing like a big Avengers movie where they all come together.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. They're doing individual movies for them all, then they're doing one movie with them all in.
And they're in theaters at the same time, right?
I don't know about the
I
same
think they
time.
are.
But they
Like,
must,
I think it's
or it's like one back to back.
Or
to back
yeah,
to back.
it's like 2 weeks or
Yeah.
whatever. Are we going to commit to doing that on the pod?
Oh man, I feel like we've got to.
Like, I don't even really have that big of
Beatlemania.
I don't even have that big of an interest in seeing all of them.
I mean, I don't really either. I mean, I'm a Beatles fan.
Yeah,
but,
me too.
But I mean, like, I don't. That's a
That's
lot.
a lot of
That's a lot
content.
of content to get. Like, we want to watch a 2-hour movie about Ringo Starr. Like,
well, it's sort of like the what is it? Horizons, the Kevin Costner
Oh, God,
thing.
yeah.
Like, it's more just like to see the vision of this project
yeah,
through.
it's like, is this gonna actually work or not?
I don't think financially it's going to work, but creatively, I'm
I mean, the Beatles are pretty popular still.
popular enough to get people to go to see 5 movies.
I guess maybe it's one of those where it's like you can't just go one. You won't understand. The Avengers. You work for Marvel.
So do they start with Ringo or do they end with Ringo, do you think?
I don't know. Who's the Iron Man of the Beatles?
But I'm thinking of like, you know how you write an essay, you put your strongest you put your strongest arguments at the beginning and the end. Maybe hide
Ringo's the strongest one.
No. I think
I'm sure they've all got interesting stories.
do you watch the Beatles movies back in the day? Because Ringo was always played the best on screen.
Yeah.
Like he was always the most interesting.
Well, there you go.
Even though musically he was like
He did all right.
he did fine.
All right. Well, how did we get onto that? Oh yeah, because he's playing
Paul
the
Mescal,
Beatles.
yeah. the death scene of Hamnet, I think,
Oh God.
was gut wreshing.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess
that
like
was really hard to watch.
The movie had to do it, I guess.
Yeah. He didn't shy away from it at all.
But like seeing him climb into bed and then like he like makes a conscious choice to die before he's like
Instead of his sister.
That was really getting me.
Yeah, that was rough, man. Yeah, when how he told him to be brave and stuff, and he was like, "I'm going to be brave." I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, don't say shit like that.
Don't say shit like that to a kid. That's putting too much on
Oh
him.
man,
And then yeah, like her crying in there was like
that was insane.
it's like one like scream,
Yeah.
and then just like disbelief, like and
Yeah.
you could like feel her like discombobulation.
That's what I mean.
there,
It was like proper grief. It wasn't just like, "Oh, isn't that sad?" It was like, oh, that is like somebody
Yeah.
not even knowing what the fuck's going on anymore.
And then yeah, like I don't mean to keep bringing it back to Train Dreams, but like when Joel Edgerton they kill that moose or whatever, and then is it a moose or is it? I think it
I
is.
remember now. Yeah, something like that.
And then like that's when it all hits him.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I think Jessie Buckley's a bit better, but that's also really good. Like so a lot of great grief acting.
Apparently,
this year.
It's pretty like.
It's a sad year.
I feel like it's been a pretty good year though.
This has been an incredible
I'm
year.
normally not usually like that fussed about the Oscars. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I think this year, out of like the 10 movies they picked for Best Picture, it might be the best year since they've introduced the 10 of like for quality.
Yeah.
Like F1 is the only one I'd say.
Yeah, and I watched that again the other day. My wife wanted to watch it because she hadn't seen it, so I watched it again, and that's a perfectly fine movie.
But that's fine.
It's just fine.
Perfectly fine.
I don't know why it got nominated. I guess just because it's so popular. And F1.
And I'm really interested in your thoughts on Frankenstein.
Yeah, I've been saving that. I haven't watched it. I'm going to watch that next week.
But like, I'm not going to spoil my views, but it's not going to be in my top 10.
I know them pretty well already, just from context.
But like for 8 of the 10 movies nominated for Best Picture, might be in my top 15 or 20.
Yeah.
Like, I guess that's pretty vain for me to say. Like they nailed it.
Yeah,
but like
they almost had the right opinion, like me.
But I think that could speak for like most people would say like, you know, they picked some really high quality movies to be nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, they really did.
I guess Secret Agent would be one that didn't entirely land for you, but
it's one of those where like I might have sounded like I was down on it, but I could totally. There's no way I can argue with it being nominated. It's so well done and it looks so good. It just didn't hit the heights that I was hoping for.
That's it's sort of how I feel about Hamnet. To be honest,
oh, really?
Okay. I might give this a 5.5.
So would you prefer Hamnet or Secret Agent?
Secret Agent.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't agree with that, but that's fine.
I think Secret Agent just has more interesting things to say, even though you were just saying you don't think it has anything to say.
Well, no, I didn't. I agree because it's got a lot of interesting shit going on in it. It just didn't knit together for me. It would just seem like a bunch of little stories.
Well,
which might be the point, but it's just fine. I just didn't like it.
You talked about the highs of Secret Agent. Like, I think that has some pretty fucking great highs. Like, when
definitely does.
When he steps out into like the carnival celebration or whatever, like, first of all, like you're just overwhelmed with the feeling and the music, and like you feel like you're there. And then you think about like how technically challenging it must have been to film a scene like that, especially on film.
Yeah, and I think that's why I sound so down on it, is because I totally agree, and like stuff like that, I'm like, that is so amazing. Like that scene was so great. I love the way they did that. And then I'm like, but to me, just like it meant nothing by the end. It was just like a collection of really cool things and amazing scenes that didn't really make me care about the story at all.
Okay. We don't have to relitigate this. It's fine.
No, we won't. We're doing it.
I can like the Secret Agent more than you, and you can like Hamnet more than me, and that's fine.
That's why we do this.
That's why, yeah. That's why you all listen to this, is for those slight disagreements between like what's an A- and an A+ movie, basically.
That's basically what it is, right?
So I say 5.5 for Hamnet. Where are you?
I'd go probably up to 6.
Okay.
6 is probably. I was thinking 6.
You can even go high.
I was thinking of going higher, but like I think 6
Maybe,
is probably good for me. But you know what? No, I'll go like 6.2.
Yeah, because you're riding pretty high on this one right now.
Yeah, I think it's like I say. I think it's just because I just come off it, but I totally can understand the points that you're making too. So not perfect or anything, but really, really good. I think.
Well. Like little Hamnet, we're gonna have to disappear into the back, into the back of the backstage.
Right, okay. So we could just we're gonna die horribly on the floor.
We're gonna die of the plague.
Yeah, we're gonna horribly die here.
I know I said this at the beginning, but I really don't like watching children die in movies.
We didn't get into it, but I thought the child acting was fairly good, because that's usually what trips you up. Like, you're trying to get a 10-year-old actor to act well. It's like
yeah, it was top tier. It was child pretty good acting. And the fact, like the person playing Hamnet. Was that like a brother of the person playing Hamlet later on, because they had such a similar look?
Yeah, it was really
Or
well
like,
done,
were they de-aging that person so successfully as a kid?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Hey, Ma, it's me, Hamnet. I gotta be brave.
Like Jiminy Jokers.
It's just like the Danny DeVito is Mini-Me thing.
No, I was doing it as a Simpsons gag. It's fucking when Mickey Rooney plays Fall Out Boy.
Oh, that's right. Jiminy Jellikers.
Jiminy Jellikers. Anyway.
Yeah, Mickey Rooney, who was the leading box office star for 1939 to 1940.
Anyway, should we wrap this up?
Yeah. What is Mickey Rooney doing these days?
I have no idea. Is he even alive?
Yeah, he's been dead for 25 years.
I don't even know who he is, if I'm being honest.
I can tell you if you want to.
Sure.
He was a star of these like short films basically through the 30s and 40s. Yeah, he was a child actor. I can't even remember the name of because I've never actually seen any of these movies. Right. But they made like 20 short before TV, right? They just made 20 of these short films about this family, and he kind of became the star.
Right.
He didn't really have much of a career kind of outside of that. He was like a bit player after that, but he was like in a movie basically once every 6 months. So like everyone in America would know who he was, but like it's not like he was like an A-lister to that same degree.
Yeah, this happens a lot when like stuff would happen in The Simpsons, and like being in England, I'd be like, I don't understand that reference. I'm only 10.
It's not like I got that when I was 10 or whatever. What the heck is that series name? Hold on, I'm gonna Google Mickey Rooney character. Yeah, they made a bunch because like before the feature they would have a shorter film,
I know
and he was in a bunch of those. Like, and there wasn't a TV medium to channel garbage like that. Like, so this is all stuff that you could make super quick. Then he was on contract at MGM, I believe, for like 30 years.
Well, there you go. I've learned something today. Mickey Rooney.
You can vamp while I look this up.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, there's a lot of things in The Simpsons, a lot of movie references actually that like I knew from The Simpsons before I finally saw the movie. That happened a lot, where it's like, oh, this is what The Simpsons were joking about like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But so yeah, he was definitely one of them. I have no idea who he is.
I think probably the first time I heard about Shakespeare was when Homer killed zombie Shakespeare. Right. Is this the end of zombie Shakespeare? Okay, Andy Hardy. Okay, 16 films in the 30s and 40s. I was pretty close. I said 20. Andy Hardy, yeah.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my God, he was married like 8 times. Yeah, apparently he's quite the playboy for someone who was like 5'1".
Oh yeah. Well, he never did get to play Fallout Boy. Oh well.
Yeah. I'll suggest for anyone who's still listening, there's a great Canadian TV show called Slings and Arrows that takes place at the Stratford Festival.
Okay.
And each season's a different Shakespeare play. The first season is Hamlet. That's why it's called Slings and Arrows.
Right.
It stars a young Rachel McAdams, 1 year before she becomes incredibly famous in The Notebook, and it's a really funny drama, I guess is how you would describe it. I'd really highly recommend it to anybody.
Well, there you go. I've not seen that either, so thanks for your recommendation.
It's the
definitive Shakespeare story.
I don't know if anyone outside of Canada and most people in Canada have not seen it, but it's really well done series.
All right, well there you go.
If you're looking for more of a Hamlet fix,
add that to my list. No.
It is actually good. You should watch it.
I'm serious. I'm going to add it to my list.
All right,
it's a long list.
Let's wrap it up.
All right. Well, thanks for that recommendation, Trevor, and the Mickey Rooney clarifications.
Yeah.
But until next week, that's the final word.